right, everyone, welcome to another episode of The Urban Gardener. And not only is today the 50th episode of t.U.G, but it's also the 1-year anniversary of this garden adventure. You want to see a really cool urban garden in action? Then you've come across the right channel. So a year or so ago, when I was getting this channel started and working on some of the first edits and getting these things going, I did not really realize what I was getting myself into and how much fun it was actually going to be. Now, this channel and doing some of these sort of things can be a little difficult at times, just trying to get some of the editing right and get some of the timing right with getting some of our things started and doing that sort of stuff. So that, it always presents just a little bit of challenges to do this sort of thing. It's something that I've never thought of doing before. Now, about a year and a half ago is when I first started thinking of doing this channel and whatnot. But for the few years prior to that, I was just a steady YouTube viewer. I was watching many different YouTube channels, all sorts of different genres of channels, but the mainstay for me was gardening. I really enjoy some of the personalities and the people who've created some of their garden channels, and so I've been watching them for quite a while, learning and doing some things to make my gardens just a little bit better. But in the long run, about a year and a half ago, like I said, I started thinking, why can't I join in and why can't I start showing some people some of the things that I've been doing and learning and kind of create a show or a garden type of videos that aren't necessarily how-tos. Even though I'm showing you how I'm doing certain things like that, I don't necessarily consider myself a garden teacher. I just want to be kind of a leader in a garden adventure, that we're going to learn and do some things together. I mean, look at the potatoes that we did this last season. That was a real learning process for me that came alive right here on these videos. So that's one of the things that I really enjoy about being able to do this sort of thing and being creative and making videos, as well as being able to enhance and improve my gardening skills. So to be able to join in with this garden community has been one of the greatest pleasures I've had so far in my life recently. So it's been great, and I've been enjoying so much interacting with all of you guys who get in the comments down below and talk to me and ask me different questions about what's going on and everything. That interaction is really important to this channel. So I ask that everybody try to make some comments, ask some questions, or let me know some suggestions or anything like that as they come up as you're watching different videos. Even some of the older videos, go back, watch some of those, and if there's something that piques your interest or something like that that you want to maybe explain to me that you've learned just a little bit differently, please do. This is an open forum for gardening and garden learning and all of that. I am a learning gardener just as well as you too, and that's why I ask you to subscribe and join in my garden adventure, because that's exactly what this is. This is just an adventure in going in and learning so much about the ideas of growing your own food. And it's so important to be able to learn and gain some of the knowledge that there is out there, and to be able to utilize whatever types of space that you might have. And that's one of the things that I really, really enjoy about the Urban Gardener, is that this channel is something where we're utilizing different types of spaces that you might have available to you. Now, I might have just a little bit more of those types of spaces and you might have less, but you can take some of the things that I'm doing or some of the knowledge or any of that sort of stuff, just the inspiration even, just to start and get growing some food for yourself out of whatever type of space you have. So it's not just for small space gardening as well on this channel. Here on this Garden Adventure, we're just looking into all sorts of different types of gardens and garden projects out there that people are doing. Gardening is inspiring. Gardening is fun. Gardening can be therapeutic. It can be something that really lifts you up in a time that you're not feeling so good. You know, just the medicine of just being able to put your hands into soil sometimes can be so fun. And so that's kind of the basis of this channel, in a sense, is the idea that we just want to get out and garden and grow our own food and enjoy doing that sort of thing and be together here to talk about the different things that we can do. And like I said, hit the comments down below if you have any suggestions or if there's anything that you've done in your gardens that you think might improve my gardens. So, you know, that's one of the great things here about this channel. I've been really, really enjoying that. Just think about all of these things that we've done here on this channel already so far in the last year. I mean, we've had some really, really great fun just right here at home, putting together certain different gardens and gardening projects that we have here, the above ground raised beds. We've got some outdoor raised beds that we're going to get into here real soon and start putting some things into. We've got some alleyway side projects on the side of the alleyway where we're growing things. I've got peppers in 5-gallon water wicking containers that I put together that I grow up on my rooftop of the carport that I have. You know, we've got a back patio space that we do above ground raised beds and different containers and all that sort of stuff. And we also have a community garden that we go to. So at the community garden, we get to do some extra type of gardening that we can't necessarily do here. And as well for those who might live in apartments or in spaces that don't have as much altogether space. You know, your community gardens are a great way to get out and grow your own food and to be able to utilize some extra space that you might not have. And one of the bigger bonuses about that is also to get to meet people locally who are just as interested in gardening as you are, and be able to talk with them and work with them and be able to do some things in growing food that you might learn new different things there. And I am always, and every single year as I'm going there, I'm learning more and more as we're gardening in the community garden. So it's something we'll look forward to continuing doing here as well. We got to go out and meet a couple of really great people, you know, to help collaborate with on this channel. I mean, first off, we went down and we met Martine Brucheau down in Sacramento, and he showed us how to grow citrus container trees. Here at Green Acres Nursery, and we're inside now. We get to meet Martine Brucheau. Martine, nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. So they can, in fact, be left in a large container for that long if they're that size. But remember this, these trees already come from a nursery, and they are more than likely root bound.
And we picked up a blood orange tree that we'll be talking about and updating here coming up. That was a really, really great collaboration. Martine was awesome. I can't wait to get together with him again and do another collaboration coming up soon. We went to Portland and got to see one of these really, really amazing rooftop gardens. That's not only a rooftop garden, but it's a garden that is utilized in the restaurant that's just below it. We're visiting Noble Rot. The great thing about Noble Rot, in their 4-story wine bar restaurant up at the top of this building, they have a garden. Got to hang out with the gardener there of the rooftop garden, Marc Boucher-Colbert, and he was able to give us some great information about how that garden works.
These monsters, okay, we've never had really great luck growing squash up here. Just the soil has just not been right. They always seem stressed. This is Crostata romanesco, and this year I put 2 plants in here. I've been amending a lot with biochar, and I think that's the magic.
Yeah.
Because these things are utterly monstrous.
And then we got to meet back up several months later, as we were getting into the holiday season, and talked about seed catalogs.
Information too. I mean, each one has a good solid paragraph about maybe where it came from, maybe somebody, a particular person who is responsible for breeding it, maybe something else that's unique about
Just
it.
telling that seed story.
Yeah.
We got to get back together with him again another month or two later again when we went to the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival and had a great conversation with him about the Flower and Garden Festival.
You joined us up here in Seattle for this great event here going on in Seattle, Mark.
It's totally incredible.
This is amazing. If you love gardening, this is the place to be right now.
It's the 30th anniversary. This has been going on for 30 years, and every year it just seems to get better and better.
Marc is just a really, really great gardener. He's really, really knowledgeable. He has a real teaching ability when it comes down to it, and he's a great person to collaborate with. I really, really look forward to be able to get back together with Marc again real soon and to do some more projects and maybe get back up on that rooftop garden at Noble Rot and check out and see what it's doing there during the springtime. So that's something that we'll hopefully get to do here real soon. So we're getting to do so many great things. One of the things I really was looking forward to this last year is I got started with this channel, and I knew that I just wanted to have this for a feature. I was wanting to go down to California, to Santa Rosa, to the National Heirloom Expo.
It is one I've been looking forward to for quite a while now. Ever since I started this channel, I was hoping to be able to bring to you guys towards the end of the season the Sonoma County Fairgrounds, the National Heirloom Expo.
That ended up being a great adventure and really pushed me and inspired me a little bit more to do more and to go a little further with what we're doing here on this channel. We got to meet up with John Kohler there, and I got to meet up with a guy named Daniel McAllister, who is the founder and creator of an app called CropSwap, something that we will be talking just a little bit more about as we get going here further in our garden adventure here.
My name is Dan McAllister. I'm an Aquarius, and I have really big hearts. Okay, we have an app called CropSwap, where it basically just makes it possible to trade homegrown fruits and veggies. So why am I going to the store to buy lemons that were like sprayed with stuff and picked like 2 weeks ago when they were green or something, when I could just trade with somebody down the street from me? So our app is just this. These are just people on our app that have uploaded information. They've uploaded stuff they have. Oh, this guy has figs. Cool. I'm gonna make a deal with this person. How can I get to you? I'll drive to you. Cool. And then we just barter. This guy has basil, right? This dude has like cucumbers. I'm gonna barter with what I have in my garden and trade back and forth.
It's a great app that I hope people will really get onto and start utilizing, because it could really be a beneficial tool to those of us who grow at home and grow our food at home, and to be able to access different types of food grown in different parts of your community. Just so many great things that we've gotten to do here on this channel, and I'm just really inspired this last year. I'm really working on some other projects and doing some sort of things like that. I did kind of had to take a step back just a little bit recently, this winter a little bit, and kind of only did a couple of different things. As you've noticed with the videos, they've been really kind of sparse throughout this last winter. Putting together a channel like this sometimes can be really challenging, not just in the idea of putting together the video or doing the editing, the timing of when to shoot certain videos with certain plants or different things like that. Those are sort of the things that I'm still kind of working through as I'm creating this channel even further. But you know, there are other difficulties in life and different things that are going on in our lives and stuff like that. And I share a couple of things like that in order to kind of give the reality of my life and the reasoning for my gardening as well. One of the incidents I did share in a video about being assaulted in a community garden that I garden in, and that was a episode that I kind of wanted to get out there and talk about the realities of what we do in our lives, and sometimes there's some dangers and risks and doing some of the things that we really enjoy, but you know, we can't allow those sort of things to get in our way. And you know, there's a couple of episodes, the beginning of the pepper seasons 2017 and 2018, I also talk about a message of determination, and it's something that I kind of learned out of that process and that incident that happened. And so I felt like those were things that I really wanted to share, and utilizing this channel and this platform in order to kind of share those sort of things with people is kind of important to me as well. And sometimes there's those things that just happen that are really devastating, and you know, they just kind of happen and you don't quite understand exactly what it's about. And I felt like I needed to share one of those instances with everybody, and it's a good time to bring up one of the other characteristics or characters of our garden show this last year. I have a couple of alleyway cats, and they kind of came into my life in a different way than most people getting their animals. They kind of chose me and kind of came right here to my home. And we lost one of those cats this year, and that was one of those really devastating things for us to deal with, for me to deal with, but also to share with everybody else who had gotten to see and know my cat Bug this last season. And so that was a really devastating and hard thing, something I'm even actually still trying to deal with and trying to kind of come to grips with, that sort of thing as well. You know, as we're getting going here in spring and everything like that, she was my real garden companion. So
like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be.
I still got Carl though. Buddy boy. This is one of my cats, Carl. Thanks, Carl. Carl's an awesome cat, and you know, he's kind of just feeling himself out in his young age, and I look forward to having him around for many years as well, you know, being my garden companion as well. So we'll also look forward to seeing him around in the gardens, as we'll make sure that we give him a little bit of the spotlight that he likes and enjoys. And sometimes there's those episodes that I just want to share where there's something kind of silly or crazy that kind of comes along the way and happens, like this last year, the episode where I talked about the police who came by to investigate the rooftop peppers that we grow in the back on the rooftop of our carport. A neighbor had called in, wanted to find out what was up with those plants. Had a neighbor call in and express some concern about the peppers growing up on the rooftop, and basically a Medford police officer had showed up to the house to ask to check out what was growing up on my rooftop. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep this train rolling. And you know, this garden adventure is already full steam ahead, and what we're going to do here coming up is just start putting out some videos and start getting into our gardens and start putting together some of our projects. We're going to head out to the road, like I said, meet some more people, do some more collaborations, and add and do some more better things to our gardens. Really glad you guys have come along with me here just for this real quick little episode talking about our 1 year anniversary. It's been really special to have you all along with me, coming along with me on this garden adventure. And please, once again, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything at all, let me know down in the comment section below. I really would love to hear from you. And one other thing, if you can, please, just a big thumbs up for The Urban Gardener. Big thumbs up for the 50th episode. A big thumbs up for our 1-year anniversary, and I'll see you again on our next episode of The Urban Gardener. For all of you who wait until the very end, like right now, and we can't forget all of you people who wait. And of course, we can't forget all of you who are patient enough. Why are they not able to be patient? See? And this is what happens when you don't script anything too, that I just kind of try to do some of this stuff free flow. So that's why there ends up being a lot of this sort of blooper material. All right, and we can't forget about those of you who watch till the very end of the videos and get a chance to be able to see some of the little package I put together at the very end of the videos, the bloopers section, where I kind of get some of those scenes where my tongue gets me in a little bit of trouble as I'm trying to get out some of the things I'm trying to say. And here we got some blooper clips from some past episodes this last year. Everybody, welcome to another channel. Another channel. It looks like a brooder lamp. Inside's got a nice little ceramic light bulb. What do you call that, dang it? Let's go outside and talk about that garlic. I should not do the finger waving thing. Around our garden. We're gonna try to see how well... Okay, different code. I don't know why I'm not saying this exactly what I'm saying. Pigs, the cucumber moths,